Now I say this: any man that gets married in this current society is suffering from psychosis. Because I challenge anyone to tell me how is it beneficial for a man to get married in this setup. These courts rape men consistently. Any man that gets married into this court system, it's just psychosis. Because what does he have coming? And think about it. 75% of divorces are initiated by women, right? There's a reason they're doing that. Do you really think a woman would get a divorce if she thought it wasn't advantageous to her? If you look in the older times, women didn't get divorced because they didn't have anywhere to run to. But if she gets divorced, the man is subject to lose half of his substance. So you got to start asking yourself, first of all, what is she going to offer you that she hasn't offered another man already? And how is this going to benefit you, right? It's beneficial to her. So then the only reason a man should get married if that he draws up his own contract, don't do it in the court system, and he get her the consent that she doesn't leave the marriage with nothing she didn't come in with. That's a fair deal. That's a fair deal right there. Listen, man, I talk to a lot of guys right now that women create bogus charges, like just make up lies so that they could get a protective order, prevent the man from seeing his children, and then boom, he can't see his children anymore. She get a restraining order against him for her and the children. There's a lot of people that I'm dealing with right now that women are doing this to, and the guy done absolutely nothing.
Yeah, like me, right?
That's how biased these courts are. And oftentimes, these courts, they know that the man sometimes is a better parent, but a lot of these courts still have those old statutes on the book that the child automatically goes to the mother.
Well, Tazadaq, I think this is a great point to bring up. I seen you posted a video. I was going to bring it up anyway as a current news event, but like Dana White, the whole Dana White thing.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think about that?
You can tie that into the whole men, women, because you know what's funny, I swear to God, is I told my girl the same thing, Tazadaq. When I first saw it, I said to my girl, I was like, how come nobody's saying that she hit him first? You know, and then I heard you mention it too. Nobody mentioning how she slapped him first.
She teed off on him, man.
Yeah, so, you know, I thought that, you know, like to hear your take on all that stuff, how it ties in, you know.
You're killing it. You're going in. Andrew Tate.
Yeah, the Andrew Tate stuff I was going to bring up.
And then when
you that was staged.
Yeah, I think it was, man. And he says, I have 33 cars. Right away, someone says, I got 33 cars. I'm like, all right, why, you know, even if you do have that, I wouldn't say I have 33 because right away people are going to think you're a Mason. I see him giving Masonic hand signs. And the fact that he somehow has the Twitter beef with Greta Thunberg, like, how do you get that? You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird that he kind of took off out of nowhere. So, like, a lot of red flags. Like, I want to believe that, you know, he's legit, just like I want to believe Kanye and a lot of people. But I don't know. I think Andrew Tate is, you know, maybe part of this. Like,
I mean, he's using the language, but it doesn't mean he's associated. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he has the knowledge. He knows he's a Sagittarius. You know, he's looked into it. He's aware of, you know, that the hand symbolism and all that. He's aware of the numbers, but it doesn't necessarily put him in the group. It doesn't necessarily.
No, I agree. I want to believe, like I said, AD, but
yeah,
I think his father was a CIA agent. If I'm not wrong. You know, there's a lot of red flags, is all I'm saying. You know,
but he's in quite the predicament right now.
Yeah,
to where
he's in jail,
if he was involved in these groups, he wouldn't be in the predicament where he's in right now. You know what I'm saying? He's created some enemies. He's exposed some things. He said some things he's not supposed to do on purpose, obviously. But who knows where that's going to turn out? That's going to be interesting to see where that turns up.
Yeah, and he was like, you know, he's being pushed as like toxic masculinity, right?
Yeah, I like Tate, man. I like Andrew Tate, man.
Yeah,
he stands up like a man. I respect him, man.
Yeah, well,
the Matrix can stand up like that.
That's right.
Too many men's been emasculated, man. They go into these courts and get divorce rate, man.
But now it's scary that he had to go to the hospital for some reason. It's like, yo, how fast are they moving in on him right now?
Yeah,
You know
I heard he got beat up. He got beat up already, or there was a fight or something already.
What? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that's why he's in the hospital now or
He
something.
got beat up. Andrew Tate is a former kickboxer, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he was fighting back.
And his brother's in there too. It's like
Yeah.
he predicted all this stuff was going to happen. That's happening right now. He literally predicted it was going to happen. So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes.
I want to believe, but it's the same thing. Like, to go back to Trump. Sorry to pick on the Trump people, but like, I look at it the same way with Trump. Like, Trump, he says things and people want to believe, but I think they're just selling that because that's what people want. Like, he's an outsider. They hate him. I don't think they hate Donald Trump, you know? And it's the same thing I'm wondering with Tate. You know, I want to believe it, but if he's just, you know, an actor, then I wouldn't be surprised either.
I'm back in. Go ahead.
You know, Tazadaq, you got the Tazadaq, and I mean, you could be spitting. People need to hear about you than Andrew Tate, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah, so I believe, I reiterate this. I don't think if a man wants to protect his assets, don't get married in this society. It's not beneficial to a man. Mm-hmm. So this is the one thing that I disagree with Kevin Samuels, that he was encouraging men to get married. It is not beneficial for a man to get married in this system. He will take a loss. Think about it. 1 in every 2 divorces end, and 1 in every 2 marriages end in divorce. 1 in every 2. 60% of every second marriage end in divorce. 75% of these divorces were initiated by women. Many of these women come into the relationship with nothing, just as a housewife. And she takes this man's assets. She'll take some of his pension and so on and so forth. And so the court is, and it doesn't really matter what color the man is, the courts are literally biased against men, and the system is aware of it, but they don't care. Because from where I stand, I believe that's all part of Marxism to destroy the nuclear family. So the woman doesn't realize that she's being used as a catalyst to destroy the family. Because a man, the system can always control a woman once they get control of the men. And the women are not considering these facts. So you have a lot of women saying, I don't need a man, right? Well, the statistics show otherwise, right? And when you look at statistically, 90% of men that's in prison grew up in a home where there was no father. 90% of men in prison grew up in a home without a father. These teenage pregnancies, the father is usually not in the home. When people become into the alternative lifestyle, the father is not usually in the home. So while a woman believes that she's actually been successful, it's really caused a really degeneracy in our youth, in our children, because now the children are growing up immoral. And so while the women are complaining about, well, there's no good men, you raised them. Many of the men are effeminized, right? They act like little bitches.
Right.
But who raised them? A single woman. 75% of the time, the men that women are now saying they don't like, you raised them. And when the father tried to be in the life, you wouldn't let him because you was vindictive because he went off and got with someone else. So now you will use his children by you as a weapon. You'll use that as a weapon to try to destroy that man and the relationship of his children. Mm-hmm. And that's evil, man. It's evil. And a lot of women know this, and deep down inside, they continue to do it because the system caters to it. The system wants to destroy the nuclear family. That's all part of the Marxism plan. And a lot of women know this, but there's only a small faction that admit it. Women know that with this current feminist, and you could sum feminism up into a single aphorism. I can scream louder than you. That's all feminism is really about. Talking over the next man and screaming louder than someone. That's all it's about.
True. So true. And let them also know too, Brother Kahan, he'll be in Charleston South Carolina this weekend. We got a book signing down there for you.
Okay. The female that's saying the system destroys. Listen, man, you're a liar. I wish I could talk to these people. You're lying. that woman is lying. And see, this is the problem with the damn woman. She never wants to assume any damn responsibility. This is your problem now. You never assume any damn responsibility. She always shifts the blame. How many women you guys know that assume accountability? They never want to assume accountability, man. When you start asking a woman what happened in a relationship, she starts to tell you all of the bad things that the man did. And you ask her, well, what did you do? And so basically what she did is usually always a counteraction to what the man has done. The woman allegedly is never wrong. And this is part of their problem. This is where things that the good man that they say they want, they will never get him. They will never get him. You would only be able to attract men on a lower level because a man of status and value is not going to want your ass. Straight up and down.
See, Tazadaq, you got to be the new spokesman while Tate's gone, you know?
Yeah, these women be off the chain, man. Like, I mean, I be checking a lot of them like on the TikToks and Instagrams. Like that right there, you're teaching your daughters to be daughters of adultery. Yeah. You're teaching your daughters that you're teaching them to be so abased. This society is so damn degenerate, man.
And so you were saying,
who wants to marry? And think about that. Who wants to marry a woman like that, man? Now, imagine that. You walking down the street, yeah, man, I just saw her. Yeah, I gave her some likes on Instagram. Cut your spirit, man. But I mean, that's basically what it comes to, man. But these women never want to assume responsibility. Now, that woman says the system is divine turning. No, you did it. Because I'm going to hit you with something. Every woman that has a man on child support should go down and cut that damn thing off and establish some sort of adult, mature relationship with the man, and you guys come to a damn agreement, like act like two damn adults and co-parent with that child. That a woman said that the system is responsible for that, you're a damn lie, because anytime that you want to, you could go down and stop child support.
That's right.
Yeah. Right. But like you said, Tazadaq, they're not going to back down because they got all the laws and everything set up for them. So they can just do what they want, and they're going to get their way 99% of the time.
That's right. And teach you a lesson.
Yeah. And another thing is no offense, but like, the average guy can't compete with the big pockets of the government. If a woman gets rid of her man, she's going to go get free food stamps. She's going to get a free apartment. She's going to get free this, free that. Yep. I mean, for a guy to work and provide that, I mean, it's hard for the average guy to compete with people saying. Yeah. So they make it like, you know, men or this and that. Well, like you said, Tazadaq, they ruined everything for the men, you know, and how could you compete, really? You know?
So they literally want to emasculate. They don't want a strong male. They don't want a male to speak like me. They want a male to speak like damn Michael Jackson or Prince that are catered to these damn women. These men need to start checking these women and tell them truly who they really are, man. You check these women. When a woman tries to approach you, man, trying to get with you, you should ask her, okay, I have this. What exactly are you bringing to the table? What do you have to offer? See, the problem is men see women as a prize instead of him realizing that he's the prize. Think about it. Primarily, everything in this world that we created was created by men. Almost the internet right now created by men. Just about everything that women use when women say they don't need a man. If someone try to break into a damn house, she's going to call the cops and hope that men show up. She's not going to hope that women show up. She's going to hope that men show up to save her. The same men she says she don't need. She don't need them until it's convenient to her.
That's right.
And someone really need to check these women, man. That's why they didn't like the good brother Kevin Samuels, because he was checking them. He was checking them, so they hated him for what? For telling the truth. They don't like truth, man. Have I therefore became your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
Truth will make you mad.
Okay.
They hate me right now because they don't like this. They're not accustomed to a man talking like this. They're accustomed to a man catering to them. And I'm gonna hit you something. You dudes that cater to these women like that, she'll lose. That lowers her level of attraction. Women like men that speak strongly and confident. not a damn sissy that's catering to her every need. Because she's always going to leave you for the strong alpha male.
Yeah,
Yep.
agreed.
Every time.
And they also, it seems like they've tricked women to where, like, if a man says to do anything, they have this reaction of like, I can't be told what to do, you know,
Right.
when in reality, it's not that women want to be controlled. What they want is, like, I believe, like you, Tazadaq, they want a confident man who's going somewhere, has a vision, is doing something, and they want to come for the ride. It's not that you're like making them come. They want to join. They want to join a guy who has a mission
Right.
or something that they're doing, and they want to go for the ride. And
you,
they
see
want to be
you
led.
see the person put in the room, you're giving the youth bad juice, right? Consider this. Women's been raising children primarily for almost the past 3 generations. Prior to that, there was not as much teenage pregnancy. There was not as much crime. There was not as much drug addiction and abuse. When they removed the father from the home and replaced it with welfare, right? That's when the influx of these things started to occur. So this de facto government has created an illusion that the woman, well, you don't need a man, you could do it by yourself, but she's finding out that she does. When we read the last book in the so-called Old Testament, the book of Malachi, chapter 4, verse 6, the Most High tells us what we have to do to fix these problems. He said, I return the hearts of the fathers to the children and the children's to the fathers, else I will come and smite the earth with a curse. What's the curse? Women are ruling over a man. This is not the natural order of things. Really, in a man's nature, it is not in his nature to be ruled and controlled by a woman. That's contrary to a man's nature.
No, they want to be appreciated. And that's another thing they don't let us, have. But yeah, most men would see, to me, like you were saying, how everything was man, right? And the Bible clearly saying, right, Adam had everything. So the whole world was given to man, and man still was kind of bored, right? So God gave him a woman. And I still believe that that is what man ultimately wants, is a woman.
Hey, Kadar, give me that precept, man. The woman came to the beginning of sin in the Apocrypha, and through her we all die. Listen, man, think about this, Vinny. Eve made a covenant with Satan. See, from the beginning,
No, I get it.
When we read Bereshit 3:16, it says your desire shall be unto your husband and he shall rule over you, right? That was an order given to her, but she also has a desire to overthrow the man. That means her desire is going to want to be the man. Remember, Adam was made in the image and likeness of the Most High. It says the Most High blew into him and he became a living soul. So the spirit of the Yahuwah was blown into man. It wasn't blown into the woman. It was blown into the man. So the man was already made in the image and likeness of the creator, but the woman was made in the image and likeness of the man, right? So it was easy for Satan to tempt her. And when he tempted her, remember, her man wasn't around. The scriptures tell you that the woman is more prone to sin. So when Satan got to her, her man wasn't around. How do we know that? Because it says she took it to her husband and he did eat, right? So that shows you the power that Eve had over him. But when she was out from under her protection, Satan was able to come in and conquer that woman. And from that, sin came into the world. And through her, we all die. Because we already had immortality in the beginning.
Con, I got that precept.
Yeah.
Great point. Great point.
The book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
Through her, we all die. See, when the Christian preachers tell you, and this Christianity thing, they tell you that, yeah, Adam and Eve sinned. The scriptures tell us that Adam didn't sin. But the woman in sin, the woman was in sin. Get that up. In 2 Timothy's. The woman being in sin, she was in transgression. What does to transgress means? To break the law. So Adam didn't sin. Remember, the Most High didn't curse Adam. He cursed the ground for the man's sake. But he cursed the woman. What was part of her curse? Having pain in childbirth.
Mm-hmm.
Through pain in childbirth. They want to be Christians until a real Kahan get the Bible, man. Why you gotta use that Bible?
Uh-oh.
Come. The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety.
You see that, Vinny? Adam was not deceived, but the woman, what was his problem? He listened to the woman.
No,
and a
I
lot
agree.
of men still listen to the woman
I
today.
agree. I'm just trying to say that a man does want a woman. It is.
Yeah. I'm not saying, listen.
We want a woman more than anything else. But like you said, I agree. Everything's crazy now.
Yeah, a man wants a woman, Vinny, but there's a certain order. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
The woman is under the man. See, the woman thinks that there's equality. It's not. The Most High just didn't make it that way. And so this equality has ended in what? Divorce. Listen, a family is an organization, right? Despite the organization, an organization always needs a head. Just like the unit of family, the Most High made man the head of that organization. That's in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter. That's a divine order. It's God the Father, God the Son, man, woman, then child. That's a divine order right there. And anytime you go against that odd order, you get this chaotic world that you get right now. The world's out of order right now.
Yeah. And any place that was ruled by women didn't last long. And I agree with everything you're saying. I just wanted to bring up the point, that we do need women. It's just that's why the devil has caused this. And like you were saying, this ain't just the courts. It's the culture. It's all over TV.
That's right.
I know a lot of people like to point out that, like, because Dave Chappelle kind of made it big where it's like, all these strong black men in Hollywood had to dress up like women. Well, let me explain. It's not just for the black men. All the white men had to do it. Every Spanish actor had to do it. It's not just a race thing. It's all the men are having to do that, So, I mean, I could go through Tom Hanks and all of them, De Niro, all of them have wore drag in movies. So they've done it to all the men, and it's like we're talking about, it's the defeminizing of these men, which obviously no real woman would want to be with.
But listen, the woman said we both need healing. No, you need to get in line under your man. If you women want to be happy, you go back to your original nature and you get under your man. That's the healing that you need, because you need a head. You can like that, understand it, believe it or not. I'm not basically here to say what people like. Here to tell the truth. There's an order in this earth, man. And that order is man over woman. And you can like it, understand it, believe it or not. Your Eurocentralized system has failed you. This is where you get a job, you get a job, you get a house, and you got a damn drawer full of vibrators and lube because you don't have a man. And then some of you become confused. You go and start to use a woman like a man.
Great point. Great point. Even a natural purpose. Then the brother bringing the law out. So, I mean, what's the disagreement? That's the book.
Hey, come on, man. It's called feminism, man. Remember, we got a lot of men that's feminists also.
That again.
Think about it. This is the thing we got to acknowledge. If 75% of homes are headed by a female in our communities, then that means 75% of those men didn't have their fathers in their life. So 75% of these men are going to be bitchy, and they take on that energy of a female. This is why a lot of these men like to argue a lot, because they taking on a feminine energy. And when you tell them that, they get really emotional, start acting real bitchy. This is why a lot of chicks, they say, damn, he argue more than me, girl, because you raised him. Yep. Your mother raised him. I mean, his father wasn't in his life, so he doesn't know how to be a man, and the woman doesn't know how to treat a man because she has daddy issues because daddy wasn't around. And so what mom is telling the children, oh, your daddy wasn't no damn good. Well, that's something to tell a child, huh? But you'll often find out that the man left for a peace of mind because he tried to get some order in his home, and she wasn't willing to adhere. So the man left, and they say, oh, well, he abandoned the family. No, he left your ass. He still left his children. He left you because of your mouth. Men deal more with logic. Women deal more with emotions.
That's right.
And oftentimes they can't contain their emotions long enough to really receive something logically.
Would you scare everyone away?
They don't like this topic, man. They don't like this topic, but they need that. Listen, man, they'll take the vibration with them. They don't like the topic, but they need to receive it, right? More men need to stand up and speak, because I speak for the men that are too weak to speak, right? A lot of men be wanting to say what I say, right? But they don't have the heart to say it, especially if the woman's right there, because she'll look at him cross-eyed. See, I speak freely. I control my household, right? A woman's not controlling me because it's not in my nature. More men need to stand up and acknowledge that, right? There has to be a head of every organization. You're going to have to decide, you're going to be the head or she's going to be the head. Because ultimately, who's the decision making going to come down to if you have disagreement? Someone's got to take charge, and it's supposed to be the man. And when a woman, I don't give a damn what these women are saying, because I've seen it all along. When a strong man comes around and that woman acknowledges that, she will submit. She will submit. If a man's on his purpose, a strong man comes through, the woman's going to submit. These men just got to stop being wussies, man. Bottom line.
And they're used to seeing it on TV. If you watch Family Guy, it's always kind of like a dumb dude with kind of a smarter woman. So you look at you look at The Simpsons. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a Homer Simpson. It's like, you know, Marge kind of got one up on him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, again, with this situation, like they're not making any kind of content where it shows how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Maybe American Dad had kind of a stronger dad, but everybody was dumb in that show. But still, it's like it's in our own media.
Yeah, no, now it's the women are the superheroes. The women are beaten up.
Right.
The women are saving everyone, and the men need the women to save them. The men can't make decisions. It's upside down, man. Everything's upside down.
I mean, in the Marvel world, I don't mind seeing the strong female. It's kind of cool to see Wonder Woman. You know, we appreciate that. We appreciate the strong woman here and there. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But it's just when we see too much of the unbalanced dynamic in the TV shows where it starts to be a little obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. They actually the heterosexual male is the only person on this earth that anyone could insult, degrade, and nothing is said. Anyone could degrade him, man. You could say anything to him. You know, they have statues that protect gays, that protect women, that protect minorities. But if you're a heterosexual male, forget about it. Anyone can say anything, could degrade you. You're the lowest. And they make mockery of us, man. They make mockery of us.
Yeah, but they got laws protecting LBQT.
Yep. This is not the so-called world in which our forefathers have fought for, you know, together. We get it. We know we brothers here on this channel, on this panel. We get it. We can put together the pieces in the book of Genesis, and we know we brothers, you see? And there's a common respect there. Why the rest of the world don't get it, I don't know. But that's a crazy world we live in where one can look in between their legs and deny what they see. Now, that's some crazy shit, okay?
I got a question for the audience, man. Why is it that 80% of the women want 20% of the men, right?
Right.
So what I'm saying is women that's average or below average want a man of high status, high value. So you can find a woman, she could be overweight. You know, she's probably earning somewhere around 40, because what's the minimum salary between 42 and 51, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of these women that is saying they don't need a man, you women are going to die alone, right? They're going to find you some apartment somewhere like croaked over and dead, because what you're telling me is you really don't study economics and how you would actually fare later on in life, right? So if you're only earning between 42 and 51,000 a year, there's nowhere in the hell that you can retire off of that and live from 65 to about 85. You would at least need $1.5 million to $2 million plus what you have at your work, what you're getting at in your 401k and so on and so forth. So how in the hell is a woman, see, they say it now because they don't think about the future, right? And they think it's empowering. But once they age, this is why you see so many older people in like a Walmart standing up on a breathing machine, because those people had to go back to work because they didn't think that, oh, damn, it's really difficult. This retirement is not what I thought it would be. I have to go back to work just to maintain my mortgage on an apartment. See, if she was with a man, those two salaries would probably make it work. But the average female, the median salary in America is between 42 and 51. So a lot of these women are lying about, oh, yeah, I earn this. And, you don't. Because I study these kind of demographics. And so when I see a woman driving around a Mercedes, I usually know that's not her car, unless it's some older one. But if she's driving around in a S550, there's only roughly, let's say 12% of the women that's earning $100,000. So if you're not earning $100,000 so that you could actually put something aside and make some investments, you need a man, or you're going to die alone, or you're going to end up homeless on the street. Because you're really not looking at reality here. You think it's empowering and cute to say this now, but the system's not going to save you. And probably by the time that you retire, Social Security is going to be done.